5 years back, I was looking for a way on how to create a website. Then I got into this online world, started a blog and this YouTube channel. And today I'm myself making a video on how to create a website. Pretty interesting, right? So let's get started. Hi there, this is Mrinal once again, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a website from scratch. By the end of this video, you will be able to create a professional website, something like this one. Now in this video, we are going to buy domains, hosting and install a self-hosted WordPress site. Overall, it will cost you around $10 to $50. Obviously, if you want, you can also go with the free versions by getting a subdomain and hosting on free hosting sites like Blogspot and Hub Pages, etc. But these free websites are not good for long-term use. In this video, we are focusing on creating a professional website, something that looks good and actually works. Think of it as an investment. You are putting money right now and will be getting it more later on. Now in my early days of internet, I have made a lot of websites, which often comes with lots of mistakes. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to share with you everything that I have learned so far and what mistakes should you avoid. Like always, all the useful resources will be in the description of this video, so be sure to check that out. And with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so before we start, please note that there is a lot of information in this video. So if you're a new player here, I recommend you watch this video very carefully. And to make things easy to digest, I have divided this video in 3 parts. So in the part 1, we are going to see what exactly is domain name and hosting, how should you buy them and what mistake should you avoid. In the second part, we are going to set up the websites and handle the technical part like linking the domain name and the host and installing WordPress, etc. In the part 3, we are going to customize the WordPress site, like how to find the right theme and customize it. So now that we have the overview, let's continue with the part 1. Now before we start buying domains and hosting, it is really important to understand what exactly are these. And well, domains are like name of your website, example.com, facebook.com or google.com. And hosting is like paying for a giant server room, which will be storing all your files and making sure your website is running 24/7. A good example to understand domain and hosting is building a house. The ground area is your domain name and the concrete structure is your hosting. Just like the baseline, once you buy a domain, you cannot change it. So make sure you buy a good domain, something which is catchy and brandable. While hosting is different. If you don't like your host, you can change it anytime. Just like how you can tear down your house and build a new one. It is going to be expensive, but doable. Okay, so let's buy our first domain. For this instance, since I am building a personal blog, I will buy a domain name with my first and last name. So go to instant domain search and let's see if it's available. And luckily it is. Now you can buy it using any domain registered company like GoDaddy, name.com or any other you like. In fact, it doesn't actually matter where you buy your domain from. Just make sure it is reputable and cheap. Now I prefer name.com, so I will just go there, search for the domain and add it to my cart. Now here's a pointer one. Make sure you strip off all the additional stuff like site log and other things. Though privacy guard can come in handy if you don't want people to see your registered mobile number and address from the Whois database. So I personally like to use a privacy guard, and since there is an option to apply coupons, look for it on Google. There are tons of coupons for domain and hosting and most of them work. A good place to look will be sites like Retail Me Not. So find a coupon and apply it. And some of them will give you a very good deal. Like if you buy hosting and domain from the same company, you may get it for less than half of its price. But I don't see this as a good practice because say if your website gets hacked or something bad happens to your server, then the registrar will block your entire account, which will also include your domain control panel. And if that happens, you won't be able to do anything about it. But if your domain and hostings are in different places and then say something bad happens to your host, which happens quite a lot, then you can quickly upload the backup to some other server and get the site running in less than 2 hours. So yeah, keep your domain and host account separate. And once you're done, check out. Now if you don't have a credit card, then you can also go with GoDaddy. And once the order is confirmed, you will get an email from your domain registrar. Okay, so now that you have the domain name, let's buy some hosting. And now the important question here is, which one should you buy? Well, broadly speaking, there are 3 kinds of hostings: shared, VPS and dedicated server. Now to give you a broad overview, if you're expecting less traffic, then go with shared hosting. But in this you will be sharing your server with other websites. kind of like having a small home with many people living under the same hood. Though it is good for personal blogs or small business owners who are expecting less traffic. Whereas if you are expecting more traffic, then go with a VPS. It is slightly more expensive than shared hosting. And here you will still sharing your server with other parties, but now you will have a fixed allocated space to each player, kind of like drawing a partition in the room. Usually this is good for websites that gets around 5 to 30,000 page views each day. I am hosting my main site on VPS as well. And finally we have the dedicated server. Here you get the entire server for yourself and it's very expensive. Kind of like living in a mansion, and sites like CNET, Amazon uses dedicated server, even more than one dedicated server. So overall this is good for sites that have more than 50,000 page views each day. Now since I'm already paying for a VPS for my major site, I'm also going to host this personal one there only. But to give you a demonstration, I'm going to buy a few months of hosting services, just to give you an idea of how it looks like. Now where should you buy hosting is really important. And well, there are many hosting providers in the market like Bluehost, HostGator, DigitalOcean, GoDaddy, etc, etc. But what you might not know is most of them are owned by a single parent company that is called EIG network. And I have heard some people saying that HostGator is not good but Bluehost is. And well, by the end of the day you are buying from a same parent company who sometimes even might share same resources. So it's really important to do your research before buying a good host. Me personally, I am using HostGator for 2 years and my experience has been pretty okay. And they also have a minimum plans of 3 months. So I am going to go with them. But you should do your research from multiple sources. So go to the HostGator website and under hosting click on shared hosting. Since mine is just a personal blog. But if you don't know which hosting should you choose, then you should always go with shared hosting. Because trust me, if you need a VPS or dedicated server, you will know it. Now the most popular one is Linux hosting with a control panel. So if you're not sure if you want to go with Windows or dedicated WordPress, then go with Linux as well. Now since we have already brought the domain, I will just enter that and then make sure you remove the sidelog and code ground etc. You don't need this in WordPress because we have plugins to do it. Again, look for coupons and apply it. The minimum is 30% in this industry, and in the time of Black Friday and Cyber Monday it can go up to 80%. So yeah, never buy a hosting at full price ever, and then create an account and check out. And once you do that successfully, you will get a confirmation email from your hosting provider with 2 name servers. And this brings us to the important question, what exactly is name server? And well, take it this way, you brought a domain from company A and you brought a hosting from company B. Now how is this host going to know where to point? And well, this is exactly where name server comes into picture. So basically what it does is it links your host to your domain name. So copy these 2 name server and go to your domain registrar control panel and then find a place to enter the name server. If you are not sure, just Google it and then paste the name server here and save the changes. Now you might have to wait up to 48 hours for DNS propagation to take place, but usually it takes only few hours. Okay, so now that you have the domain name and the host, the next thing that you want to do is push your files on the server and make sure your website is up and running. Now the one way to do it is write a simple HTML page and upload that into root directory of your cPanel, and it should appear in the website as well. But hey, this is not 2001, we need a better way, and this is exactly where WordPress comes into picture. So basically it is a content managing system or a CMS which will do everything for you and has a lots of customization option. Not to forget, it is free and open source. So let's see how it works. So go to your hosting control panel, you will see the login details in the welcome email that you get when you create an account. Now almost every host has one-click WordPress installation. So look for a WordPress icon and then click on it and install it. Next, enter the WordPress login email address and username. Make sure you remember the username because you cannot change it later on, and then install it. Now it will give you the WordPress login URL. Go there and then enter your WordPress login credential. And there you have it. You have successfully installed WordPress on your web host. Now once you have installed WordPress on your site, the moment you refresh the domain page, you will see the clean website. This is the default theme, but the good thing about WordPress is there are tons of free themes and stuff. So let's customize it. So log into your WordPress dashboard and go to Appearance and Theme. And here you can look for various different WordPress themes. Or you can even go to Google and look for free WordPress themes for magazine, blogs and personal websites, etc. Apparently I'm going to use this one, though I might change it in future. Now once I update this theme, you will see an entirely different one in the home page. Next, I will add some menus and pages to the website. Now I'm just fast forwarding here, but you can always see a couple of videos on WordPress and you will get the feel in like 10 minutes. And once everything is done, you will get something like this. So let's wrap it up. In the step 1, we have brought the domain name. In the step 2, we brought the hosting. In step 3, we link the domain name and the hosting with two-name server. In step 4, we install the WordPress on the hosting control panel. And in the step 5, we install a theme inside the WordPress. And finally, in step 6, we customize our WordPress theme and then added pages and posts to our site. So there you have it. This is how you create a professional website in less than 50 minutes. Also, this is my personal blog. So if you guys are interested in my personal life update, then feel free to follow this blog. Also, if you guys are making a website of your own and facing some issues, then feel free to ask me in the emails or comment section below. I would love to help you. The consultation is free, but make sure you do the research. Also, if you want to hire me, then feel free to do that. So that's it for now. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and leave a comment on what you think. And like always, thank you for watching.